y'all, Drea back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. Now, as you can tell by the title, actually, I don't know what I'm titling this yet, but just know this video is about another vacation with females and a man, actually. But I don't know why I keep having these. But actually, I do know why I keep having these bad vacations. It's because I keep going with people that don't care enough about me. Be careful, y'all. Do not do that. All right? Do not do that. Before we get into this story, guys, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay? I'm trying to get to 1,000, y'all. I'm at like 560 something right now. And look, y'all, I got my locks back. I'm so excited, y'all. That's my favorite hairstyle. I love locks. I love the way they look on me. And since I recently dyed my hair red or burgundy, I was like, oh my goodness, I want to get the burgundy locks. So I love them so much. I just did them last night. So they super fresh. And oh my goodness, my hair's a little bit sore, but you know, I need them to last. And yeah, guys, I know I already did a couple videos with my nails, but I just love them so much. And I just want to keep showing them because my sister did such a great job. But I'm about to get them switched up next week because my birthday is coming up. So I want to get something different. But I love these nails so much. It's definitely one of my favorite, and it complements the burgundy, so I'm just loving it. Sorry you're getting this story time later. This Saturday I had my cousin's graduation I went to today, and I didn't pre-record this video, so I'm about to record it now before I go and do an outfit change, go out to celebrate for the night. So all right, let's get into this video. Guys, I'm just going to say verbatim how I remember it, all right? There was this girl that I worked with, and we're going to name her TT. So me and TT, we worked together. This is how we met. And she was always real cool. So I remember like a year later, after we had worked together for that entire year, she invited me to come on a birthday trip with her for her birthday. And I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, you know what? She's cool. We went out a few times together, and I never had like any super bad blood with her or anything. So I'm like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to come to Cali. And you know what? I take that back. I'm not going to say I had super bad blood with her. There was a situation that happened that I'm not really ready to talk about yet, but there's a situation that happened that I feel like you as my friend should have been there, you know, when you go out with your friend, you better protect your friend. Y'all chose to have each other's back. So that situation kind of told me like, okay, this is not your friend. She really don't have your back. So why did I go on this trip with her? I don't know. This is the dumb Drea, okay? I'm just going to keep it a bean. This is the Drea who just wanted to, I don't know, have friends and wanted to just be a part of a group, I guess you can say. And I call them the get up and goes, where you just want to go out and just do everything. So I just was taking the opportunity to go, especially since for her birthday, she wanted to go to Cali, and I've never been to Cali at that point. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go. I've never been to California. Like, I want to go. So I decided to go and put that situation to the side, which y'all are going to see why I should not have done that. So TT put me in a group message with like me and like 7, 8 other girls. So we're all in this group message. We're talking about her birthday. And of course, this is like 4 months prior to her birthday, of course, because we need time to plan and get tickets and order clothes and all that good stuff. So we're all in this group, and we're like, oh yeah, we're all looking up Airbnbs. We're like, what's the dates so we can request off work so we know exactly when we're going. And so we just start really booking stuff, trying to get a head count. Mind you, I don't know any of these girls. I only know TT. So at this point, I'm really taking a risk because I don't know these other girls. Fine. So I'm like, okay, you know, definitely let me know, keep me in the loop. I'll definitely come. So she's like, all right, bet. So of course, a few weeks keep going by and weeks keep going by, and people are just like dropping out of the group chat like excuse me, dropping out of the group chat like flies. Guys, you already know how it be when you're trying to do a girls trip, and people will be all gone ho in the beginning, and then towards the end there will be like 2 people left. That's just how it be. I remember it was like the summertime and we were supposed to be going in like September. So literally every month people just kept dropping out. And then I'm not even gonna hold y'all, I think in August, and I felt really bad, but in August I even dropped out. I did, y'all. Something told me, like, I started getting this feeling like, Drea, don't go. Like, you just ever have that voice like, Drea, don't go. And then the other guy over here is like, no, go ahead, girl. And then it's just like, Drea, do not do it. Don't go. It's not smart. So, of course, I'm listening to dude over here like, yeah, don't go. It's not smart. And I'm just like, yeah, TT, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to be able to come. And I felt so bad because so many people had dropped out. Like, at this point, there was only 4 of us left, including TT. So, only 4 of us. So, when I dropped out, I was just like, oh, my God, I feel so bad. But at the same time, I didn't feel that bad because I'm like, my intuition is telling me not to go. So, I was, like, trying to listen to my intuition, and yeah, not only that, but at that moment, like, I don't know why, but my money was like funny, like, as we got closer to the vacation. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I should go. So once I said that, I didn't think anything else of it. I just like left it at that. So the weeks go on, because this happened at the beginning of August. So the weeks go on. And I start feeling bad, guys. I'm not even gonna hold you. I start feeling bad. And then I'm like, I kind of do really still want to go because, like I said, I've never been to Cali. And I want to go to Cali. So I'm just like, should I go? I was like, dang. But at this point, I didn't order any clothes, and it's getting closer. And then I live in Pittsburgh, and the boutiques around here are just like trash. So it's just like, oh my God, what am I gonna wear? Like, this is Cali. I just can't be wearing anything. So, I remember hitting her up because I remember she said she had a couple outfits that she ordered and couldn't fit. So I hit her up like, hey, I think I want to. And I felt so bad because I'm like playing tricks with her. Not playing tricks, but it just seemed like it was like mind games. Like, girl, is you coming or is you not? So I hit her up like, hey, girl, I think I'm going to come again. I'm going to come again last minute. All right, it's your birthday. We're going to do this. So, of course, she's excited. I'm like, all right, I did wait last minute. So I remember you putting in the group chat, because I was still in the group. Like, I don't know why I just like never exited out the group, but she had put in the group like, oh, I got these couple outfits that I bought and they're too big and I can't fit them. And I was like a little bigger than her. So I'm like, oh, let me ask her if she still has those outfits. So I'm like, hey, TT, you still got them outfits? Because I still want to come, girl. We're going to turn up. She was like,
oh, dang. I literally had one of my friends alter them for me, so I'm fitting them now.
I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay, no problem. So, of course, I'm going through my old clothes. Like, all right, what do I have that's good enough to take? You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to, like, little boutiques around that don't really have nothing. I'm telling you, just, like, nothing. And not only that, like I said, my money was kind of funny, which is another thing, Drea. Why do you keep going out of town when your money is funny? Why? Why do you keep doing that? I don't know, y'all. I just did. Like, I was just dumb. Like, just not thinking. I just, like, kicked this guy off my shoulder and was just like, yeah, girl, let's turn up and just be a broke bitch in Cali. The fuck? But anyway, so I just had to go anyway because I knew I think, like, one day after getting down there, I was getting paid. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to have money down there, so it's cool. I ain't going to worry about it. And honestly, I just didn't have any clothes down there for real. But I was like, I get paid, so when I get down there, I'm just going to go and get me an outfit. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up deciding on the Airbnb. Of course, we've been decided on the Airbnb. I only had dropped out for like a month and came back. So it was still the same Airbnb for the 4 people. And it looked, I ain't gonna hold y'all. It looked so nice on the app, on the website. But once we got there, it was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I decide to go. Cool. I guess everybody at this point, I know I did for sure, got my plane ticket last minute. because I decided to not go, and now I'm going again. And when I went to go get my plane ticket, I seen that they still haven't even booked their plane tickets. I'm like, oh, dang. Okay, well, let's try to book. So at this point, there was like nothing coming out of Pittsburgh, like nothing. It was so crazy. And the things that were coming out of Pittsburgh were super expensive flights. And like I said, I was trying to get the flights and the Airbnb for as cheap as possible, because like I said, I didn't have like all the funds that I needed. My money was a little funny, and I didn't get paid until the day after we got down there. So I'm like, okay, yeah, what can we do? So now I'm looking at flights like coming out of nearby states, Ohio, because it's only like an hour drive, 2 hour drive. I'm looking at Virginia. I'm looking at like just neighboring states. So I did find that, okay, if we fly out of Ohio, our ticket is super cheap, and it's a straight flight to LA. So I'm like, okay, perfect. This is exactly what we're going to do. We are going to take my car. We can drive my car. We can go to Ohio and, park it at the airport, catch the flight, come back and then drive back home, which is a lot of freaking work. But like I said, it was cheaper than us buying these flights from Pittsburgh. So I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm like trying to make sure my car is good, which is, you know what? And if you're watching this, girl, I'm sorry for even offering up my car without making sure my car was good enough to even drive to Ohio. So I should have never volunteered my vehicle, because after I was like checking my car, making sure it can withstand the drive to Ohio. Like I said, it was only like 2.5 hours drive. And, but I was just like, oh my goodness, how is it going to be sitting there for like 5 days? You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I can take my car anymore. Like, I don't think I can do it. So of course at this point, TT's getting mad, and I get it. Because it's just like, girl, you said we could take your car. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry, I can't. So she ends up getting her one cousin to do it, and we just, give her cousin a couple dollars to take us and to bring us back. So that was really nice of her cousin. Thank you. But her cousin was real cool about it. She was like, yeah, you're like, I literally drive everywhere all the time. Like, this ain't nothing to me. And we're like, period, sis, because we had a lot of energy going there, but coming back off that plane to go back to Pittsburgh, we was tired. So I was so happy that her cousin was able to drive, honestly. Because if I had to drive, I would have been like, falling asleep at the wheel, which is never safe for anybody. So once we got that situated, we're like, all right, cool. Your cousin's going to take us back. That means we can turn up in the car. So that's what we was doing. And yeah, like I said, everything pretty much worked out. So she had us all meet at her house the night before, and then we were all kind of like talking, turning up, and we slept at her house. And then the next morning, that's when her cousin was going to come pick us all up and take us to the airport. Cool. So we do all that. Her cousin comes, and we're in the car, we're turning up, we're excited, like, hey, we're going to Cali, so we're super excited. Y'all, I did not have enough time to prepare to do anything. Like, I didn't order me no wig. This was at the time where I had just shaved my head, so I didn't have any hair on my head for real. The little bit of hair I did have, I remember I dyed it, or I bleached it because it was blonde, and then I kind of like did like a little slick back. In fact, I found a picture, I'll put it up, but I kind of just like was slicking it back. Like, I've always had a pretty face, so it worked, but it was just like, girl, we're going to Cali, like, you gotta come better than that. But I had to do what I had to do, and when I got down there, I just kind of figured it out. So I was just like wearing my hair slicked, and I just, like I said, I did what I had to do. So we get to Ohio, we get on a plane, we get to Cali, everything's good. We ended up getting getting a, why can't I just remember a Lyft. We ended up getting a Lyft. Goodness, Drea, get it together. So we got a Lyft to the Airbnb. And when we got to the Airbnb, it was like, oh my gosh, like, I was not expecting it to look like this. Like, don't get me wrong, it was cute. It was very cute, but I don't know. The way they set it up was just like, these pictures really be catfishing you. It was a catfish room. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it could have been better. I hated the bathroom. I absolutely hated the bathroom. It was not cute at all. It was just a regular basic bathroom, but there was just something about it. Like, I just did not like And then there was one big room, but it had like 2 like queen size beds in it. So there was only 4 of us, so we just like shared the room, which was fine. But there was also like a big couch that you could sleep on too. Like, and the couch was like super cute and comfy. So I remember that one of the girls actually slept on the couch, and I had my own bed to myself. So that was cool too. But we could have shared a bed. It wasn't a big deal. Anyway, so now we're like, okay, we're in LA. Like, what are we about to do? And like I said, I don't know nothing about Cali. I just remember TT being like,
oh yeah, and my one girl, she's out here, and she just sent me this party link or whatever, and it's a party bus.
and this and that. So she's sending us all the links. So we're all like, you know, basically paying for our ticket to ride the party bus to the mansion party. So I'm like, oh, this is lit. We're going to a mansion party. And it was a bathing suit theme too. So you know, like a bathing suit mansion party, swim party, whatever. So I'm like super excited. I'm like, hey, a mansion party. Hey, so yeah. Anyway, I don't think the mansion party was till our second day down there anyway. So yeah. The first day we got down there, we didn't really do much. We, you know, got cute and we went to, which I don't know why we did this, but we went down to Hollywood Boulevard, you know, where the stars and stuff are at. And it was very, for me, I ain't gonna lie, it was very much of like a culture shock. I'm not gonna hold you. And, you know, being down there is cool, walking, you know, on the stars and everything, but I didn't realize how ghetto it was down there. I'm not gonna hold you. It was so ghetto. So ghetto. And just homeless people everywhere, which, you know, I'm sorry to homeless people, but I've just never seen that many homeless people in my life. I'll be honest. Pittsburgh doesn't have that many homeless people, and we have a lot of homeless people. So you can imagine how many homeless people was on that boulevard. There was a lot. But we ended up going to like this taco truck, and we tried to get into a few hookah lounges, but y'all, when I tell you LA is expensive, like, I feel like I would have really needed to know someone who lived down there to tell us like exactly where to go and whatnot, because where we were at, they wanted like $1,000 just to get into the hookah lounge to sit down. I'm just like, $1,000, because in my head I'm like, nobody knew I didn't have money. I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't have money. I had like a couple hundred on me, like literally, but that was it. Until, of course, the next day when my money hit. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, no, I'm not paying $1,000 to go in there for real. And then I'm looking in there and it's all empty for real. I'm just like, I'm not even, no, if I'm gonna pay $1,000, I want to go somewhere that's lit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just makes sense to me in my head. I'm like, we're not doing that. And it was already like super late. And I'm like, let's just get some food and we can just walk around still, and then we can go back to the crib. So they're like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So, and there wasn't like a lot of people outside either. Like there just wasn't. I'm trying to think. And it wasn't a super warm that day. But overall, the trip was like, it was pretty hot. It was September still, so, you know, it was still warm. But anyway, so we found this taco truck, and I'm like, bet, because I'm hungry. And we're eating at this taco truck, super bomb. One of the other girls who came down with us, she had one of her little friends that was down there as well. So he actually met us at the taco truck. And listen, as we were eating, you know, of course, there's homeless people walking everywhere. They're hungry. Some of the homeless women are just literally walking around with like barely any clothes on, looking like straight crackheads, hair fucked up. I mean, it's actually like really sad to see, because I don't know, I guess Pittsburgh is a little colder, so our homeless people be covered up and be just chilling on the ground. These homeless people be up, walking around straight crackhead, taking a fry off your plate type shit. So they very, very bold. But so the one girl, she ended up throwing her like, she had like a taco or something left in her little container boat, and she put it on top of the trash can, and yeah, on the street. That was on the street. And literally right after that, that homeless woman came by and snatched it out the trash and started running across the street doing this. And I just remember being like, oh my God. Like, I know y'all probably thinking I'm dramatic, but just the way it happened and the fact that if you have never seen nothing like that before, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I've like never seen anybody like literally starving before, to the point that they take something out of the trash and start stuffing it in their mouth like somebody's gonna steal it from them. Like, that is so heartbreaking, guys. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. So for me, I'm just like, oh my God, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, please, can we, like, we need to get out of here. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, oh my God, that lady, I can't believe she just did that. But then I'm just like, okay, she's hungry. So the guy that was with it was like,
hey lady, like, it's cool, you ain't have to eat out the trash, like, I could buy you something, I'll buy you something.
and you know, she's just like running across the street like nigga, I don't know. So obviously she really been through some things in her life. Like, she didn't want dude to buy her any food for herself. So I'm just like, okay, y'all, at this point, it's like super late and it's not safe on Hollywood Boulevard. Like, it's just not. Like, we need to get out of here. So after just walking around for a little bit more, we was like, okay, yeah, let's go back to the Airbnb. So we went back to the Airbnb and that was that. So the next day, we gets up, you know, we get dressed, we get cute, and you know, we were supposed to go to breakfast, which we did. I remember it being a little later in the day. It was probably more like a brunch than breakfast. So we went to this, I wish I could remember what the spot was called. I can't remember what it was called, but it was fire though. I had chicken and waffles. Like, I love me some chicken and waffles, y'all. Some shrimp and grits, y'all. All of that. But I had me some chicken and waffles. I remember it was so fire. And what did we do after that? We kind of just like was walking. We stayed in downtown LA, so we were just kind of just walking around for real. And it was cool. You know, there's a bunch of shops and stuff set up and all that good stuff. And at this point, my money hit, so I'm just like, we need to go get some fits and whatnot. But I didn't end up going shopping that day. We was like, let's go back to the Airbnb and start getting ready because it was the mansion party, pool party that night. And I think we had to be on the party bus by 8 o'clock. So we kind of just was walking around that day and kind of chilling and just drinking and just like enjoying each other's company and just being out of, you know, in Cali really. So we got back to the crib. We started getting ready for the pool party and all that good stuff. The guy who came and met the girl that we was with, he was like, oh, you know, I'm going to come too, but I kind of want to drive there and I'll follow the party bus to the mansion party. And we're just like, okay, cool. Like, that's cool, whatever. So we ends up getting on, going to the location of where the party bus was. And going to the location of where the party bus was, gets on a party bus, y'all. It was a party bus, but nobody was really partying on there. We was all kind of just sitting on there, and it's, of course, it's a bunch of people like we don't really know, you know, just everybody who bought a ticket to go to the mansion party. So we're waiting for the party bus to come. I guess it was a party bus, but they were taking like trips back and forth, getting people from the location that they said they're going to pick us up at and then taking us to the mansion party. So we're like, okay. So we had to keep waiting for the buses to come around. We weren't waiting very long by the time we got there. There was another party bus pulling up. So we got on the party bus and we're like, oh, okay. But it was more like nobody was really partying and there wasn't even drinks on the party bus. So I'm like, there's not even no drinks on here. I'm like, whatever. So we're all just kind of sitting there waiting to get to the mansion party, which is like, this is so, but like, I had some music playing and I had like a little complimentary drink. Like, we did pay for these tickets, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, whatever. I'm just ready to get to the pool party, mansion party, because what? Yeah. So when we got on the bus, TT decided that she didn't want to get on the bus with us. And we're like, TT, like, we're literally here for you. Like, why don't you want to get on the bus with us? Like, I'm confused. Why don't you want to get on the bus with us? So she's like,
oh, I'm just going to ride in the car with...
We actually went, there was 4 of us. There was 3 girls, me, TT, and TT's friend. And then her TT's guy friend. So TT and her guy friend are like this. They want to be like Tay and Ari so bad. And yeah, so they were like, okay, yeah, we're actually going to get on the bus. I mean, not on the bus, in the drive in the car or whatever, and follow behind the bus. So me and the friend was just like, okay, whatever, we're gonna get on the bus. So me and the friend are on the bus, and I guess they wanted it to be more on like a disclosed location, which is why they wanted everybody to get on the bus. So me knowing that, didn't know how it was going to go over with them following behind the bus in the car. You know what I mean? So we get there, we get out. At this point, you don't know where you are, which is kind of dangerous because it's just like, we don't know where this meant. Like, we don't know exactly where we're at. Now, of course, we could put up our location and figure it out. Excuse me, but we didn't know exactly where we were at. So we go into the mansion party, and it's super nice in there. There wasn't a lot of people there yet, though. So, but it was cool because, like I said, they kept going back and getting buses full of people. So it filled up pretty quickly. And then I end up getting a text or call from TT, and she's like,
Yeah, they're not letting us in. They said we had to come off the bus and this and that.
and I'm just like, okay, girl, like I already knew that. Like I told you that was going to be the case. So, I mean, what do you want to do? She's like,
I guess we're going to just have to go back, drive back to the location where they're, you know, picking us up and park the car there.
I'm like, girl, like everybody else had to do. Right. Okay. So then she's like, okay, well, I'll let y'all know when I'm on the way back. I'm like, okay, cool. So me and her other friend, which I should give her a name, the friend I was with. I'm just going to call her Shell. Her name be Shell. So Shell, me and Shell was like, okay, like we're here. Let's, you know, try to mingle. Let's go get a drink, all this good stuff. And then, like, as we keep walking throughout the party, we notice nobody had bathing suits on. Literally, nobody had bathing suit on. Everybody was super cute, like, dressed to the T. Nobody had bathing suits on. I'm like, the flyer, like, definitely says it's a pool party, bathing suit party. But come the night, like, it was kind of chilly and wasn't nobody in that pool. Nobody was outside. Everybody was in the house. I'm like, what kind of pool party is this? So I'm just like, you know what, whatever. I'm still looking cute in my bathing suit. And I had like this cute like pants cover up, and then like the bra. If I can find a picture, y'all, I'll post it. But yeah, I'm like, this is not a bathing suit party, but whatever. I'm not tripping. I'm just here to drink, have a good time. I still look cute, so it is what it is. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes I feel like I talk too fast, but whatever. So we're in there, we're partying. We probably look a little standoffish at first because we're like, don't know anybody at this party. And the birthday girl, and which we're there for, isn't here either. So me and Shell is just kind of, you know, by ourselves and talking amongst ourselves. So we go over and try to get a drink, and they're being super stingy with these drinks. They're like giving us like these little cups. Oh, what do you want? Like there was somebody, you know, over there mandating the drinks. Like, oh, okay, well, can I have that? So they're pouring us up in a little bit. In a cup, like literally a little bit in a cup, and we're like, oh, okay, thanks. And they're like, yeah, you know, tips, you know, we like tips. And I'm just like, what the, I don't know, maybe I was just under the wrong impression. I didn't think, like, I thought since we paid for the ticket and all that, and it was a mansion party and it was free alcohol, I didn't even like register like they wanted us to tip them and stuff, because it wasn't even like a bartender or anything. It was literally like a kitchen, and this guy was sitting there like just pouring drinks, and it was just like bottles like lined up on the counter. Like it was really ghetto for real, but it was a nice place, but it was ghetto. I remember there was like 2 bathrooms, like one on this side of the house, one on that side of the house, because y'all, I don't know. I don't know. It was still a cute place, but everybody there was very much bougie. This been my first experience at a party in Cali. Was just like, nobody was really friendly. Like, are people in Cali friendly? Like, I don't know, but in my experience, they were not friendly for real. And it was just like, oh, I'm too good to talk to you. Like, I don't know. It's just, I was not feeling it. But I'm like, whatever. I'm here with Shell. Shell finna be my best friend for the trip. You know what I'm saying? She's about to be my best friend for the trip. Especially since I see TT and her I guess I'll call him Tay, TT and Tay were, you know, so buddy like this, and kind of leaving me and Shell a little bit left out. So I'm just like, you know what, whatever. I came to Cali because I want to experience Cali, so it is what it is. Now, TT finally hits us up and says,
hey, we're about to walk in.
We're like, cool, we'll meet you at the front. So we go, we meet her at the front, and I can tell she has like a little bit of attitude, and I'm just like, whatever, girl, just come in. And she had like this super cute, I remember she had this super cute outfit on. And like I said, I'm like, girl, I mean, you look so cute, but this isn't even a freaking pool party. Like, nobody is literally dressed in their bathing suit. I mean, nobody. There's no guy in swimming trunks. There's no other females in bathing suits. Like, I don't know what memo we got, but it was the wrong one. Now, did they have a pool? Yes. Was anybody outside? No. Nobody was even by the pool. Like, what? I went out there just to like look at it and everything, but nobody was at the pool. But like I said, it was kind of colder that day, so that's probably why. So everybody was inside. And of course, like once she sees the vibe in there, because at that point there was a lot more people in there and it was more filled, she wasn't really feeling it, just like I wasn't. And I'm just like, yeah, Greta, this isn't kind of what I expected, which I don't know exactly what I was expecting. I guess I just expected it to be like more fun. People be more, oh, hey, you know, let's take a shot. Let's do this. Just more friendly. And I didn't expect everybody to be bougie and to be like just too good to be talked to. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to like going down south and they got Southern hospitality and all that good stuff. Cause I don't know. West wasn't in. I don't know. So anyway, we go and get another drink. They're still being stingy. Like, oh, you trying to give us a couple of dollars for us pouring your drinks. Meanwhile, the drinks was like this small. I'm like, fuck out of here. Fuck y'all. I paid this ticket for what? Like, this is so stupid. And then if you want to leave, like, you have to get back on the party bus, of course, and go back to your car at the location that they picked you up from. So after staying there for so long and not really feeling the vibe, I remember we rolled up, we smoked and all that good stuff. And, you know, we had a couple drinks, but we like couldn't get there. And I hate when that happens because sometimes you just have to make your own fun within yourself, like within your little friend group. But I think TT's attitude was just so like, I'm not feeling this. It kind of just rubbed off on the rest of us. And we were just like, you know what? Whatever. You look cute. Let's take pictures and let's go. So that's pretty much what we did. Got hopped back on the bus. Went back and got in the car and whatnot. So once we did that, we went back to the crib and we probably drank a little bit more. But then that was just pretty much the end of that night. Now, the next day, there was this party we was finna go to. So we're like, oh, we're gonna go to this party. And it's gonna be lit. So me and Shell got up early because we wanted to take an Uber down to a couple stores to get a few outfits. Because like I said, I still didn't really have any outfits to put on. But I knew we was going to like that pool party, mansion party. So I had a bathing suit already. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to have the actual outfit for this since I'm wearing a bathing suit. So cool. But the next day, I'm like, okay, I need to go get an outfit for this party. So we goes and we're shopping. And TT's like,
Okay, well, we're going to stay back in the room because I want to start getting dressed.
And Tay was like,
Yeah, I'll stay with TT.
I'm like, okay, cool. So they're getting ready. And like, we're like, when we get back, we'll go out to eat. So we're like, all right, cool. So we're out there for a minute, maybe like 2-3 hours. I ain't gonna hold you. We was taking a little bit of time, and we just kept, and there was just like so much going on downtown. Like there was just so much to explore. I'm not even gonna hold you. So we're just like, oh my gosh, this place and that place, and then we're looking up stuff. And then I'm like, oh, I had, like I said, I had my hair slicked back. So I'm like, oh my goodness, let's go to a hair store. Like I want to buy me a wig. So, you know, we're Ubering to the hair store and we're just doing every which way. So TT finally hits us up and was like,
hey, where you at?
We're like, all right, we're on the way. We're going to come right now. Like, we got what we need to get. So she's like,
all right, cool.
So we finally get back. And when we get back, we notice that TT and Tay are leaving out the room as we're coming in. And me and Shara are like, well, where are y'all going? Like, y'all just wanted us to come back. So we're back and we're about to hurry up and get dressed so we can all go out to eat.
Oh, well, we waited way too long for y'all. So we're about to just go and get something to eat on our own.
Okay, fine. I can understand. We did take kind of long, But as soon as you said that we're looking for us and wanted to go out to eat, we literally came straight back. Like, literally came straight back. But I get it when you be hungry and you ready to go. But it's just like, girl, we all came here for you. So can you just wait for us for a second so we can all go out to eat together? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I guess she couldn't. So we're like, okay, go ahead, guys. Go get something to eat. We're going to hurry up and go put something on. So they're like, oh, okay, cool. They left with their attitudes. So me and Shell was just like, girl. And I'm just like, I don't even care. I'm about to hop in the shower and get dressed because I'm out here for you. But I'm also out here for me. So I don't give a fuck that much. So I go and we get dressed. And by then they end up coming back. So I'm like, dang, I thought y'all was going to at least wait down there so we could get something to eat with you guys. But they're like,
we just kind of just walked down the street, got something to eat, and came back.
So I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. So me and Shell are dressed. We're like, okay, well, now we're about to go get something to eat. Like, do y'all want to walk with us? Do y'all, what y'all want to do? And they're like, no, we're just going to stay here, eat our food, and then we're going to go and figure out what we're going to do next. So I'm just like, you know what? Okay, cool. So me and Shell go get something to eat. And then we eat and we come back. And then we're all kind of just chilling in the room. And we're drinking and, we're starting to have a good time. And then we immediately just like, okay, you know what? I'm about to start getting ready for that party tonight. It was like a loft party. So we're going to start getting ready for that party tonight because, like I said, I had went and I got me a wig and I got me an outfit. And I'm like, okay, I got to install this. And this is before I even knew how to install wigs. Like, I was fresh trying to do this. So Shell, she knew how to install wigs. So she was helping me out, but she was also getting kind of an attitude because she's like,
oh my goodness, like, I'm always the last one getting dressed because I'm always trying to help you guys out.
Which I didn't know what she meant by that because you never helped me out before except this one time when you were helping me with my wig. But okay. But I know she was talking about TT because Shell is the one who actually sewed up TT's outfits that couldn't fit. Like, I didn't know she was super handy like that, so that was nice. So she sewed up, TT's outfits in a way that she can fit them, and she was doing like TT's makeup and fixing TT's hair. So I do feel Shell when she said, dang, I feel like I'm helping y'all get ready so much and I'm not gonna have time to get myself ready. So I'm like, you know what, girl, you're right, go ahead and get ready. She helped me with my wig the best she could, and then I kind of just figured it out the rest on my own. So she's getting ready. We're already at this point, and it's just like, okay, y'all, we keep, we're drinking and whatnot, and we're like, all right, let's go to this party. So we go to the party, and the party's cool. It's like a cool vibe. There's not like a super lot of people there, but I hate when stuff is super crowded anyway. But it's like a cool vibe. The people there was real friendlier, I guess you can say. But yeah, we was drinking there. I think, honestly, that was the funnest night we had, vibe-wise. I'm not going to lie. So, I'm not going to complain about that night. Everybody looked cute that night. It was a vibe. It was cool. But I just noticed how sectioned off TT and Tay were. It's like they didn't want to be around me and Shell. It was so weird. But it's just like, girl, aren't we here for you? Why do you only want to be around Tay? Like, I'm super confused. And they did compliment each other. But after a while, me and Shell were like, okay, you know what? This is more of a, y'all know what I just remembered? I just remembered Tay is actually like his actual name. Oh, well, I don't give a damn. I guess that kind of makes more sense now. But anyway, so they kind of like really complimented each other with their outfits. Like, Tay's outfits were on point. Like, I'll give him that. I will. And TT, like I said, they wanted to be like R and Tay. So it's just like, them two was just like always together. And it just like seemed like me and Shell were just together. And I don't know Shell, but me and Shell got real close on that trip, So it's just like, you know what, whatever. We just kind of let them do our thing, and we kind of did our thing, which is just like, that's just so crazy to me. But like I said, I'm there for myself. Now, the only thing I didn't know is that I knew nothing about Cali, LA, and I didn't know anybody who lived out there either. So I didn't really know what to do, what events to go to. So the trip was like kind of boring in a way, because it's like all we really did was like, okay, we walked the streets. I think the most fun I had was when me and Shell got up early and took that Uber into, that Uber to the stores, and we were out shopping and just having a good time, because I think it's because we finally just like weren't chilling in the hotel doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like you're in Cali, like you want to do stuff. So it was just like annoying. But anyway, so we went and we were, having a good time at this party, but it was more of a sectioned off. So whatever. Now the next day, excuse me, I think we had 2 more days after this. So the next day, and if I'm getting the days mixed up, oh well, but I'm just telling y'all the events that happened. So the days don't really matter. But I'm just going to say the next day, we did end up going to the beach, because I want to go to the beach so bad. Like, I'm in Cali, I want to go to the beach. So we went to the beach, went to the boardwalk. I remember I had to grab like an extra like duffel bag, because I had went shopping the day before and it wasn't all fitting in my suitcase. So I had got me like an extra duffel bag for the plane while we was on the boardwalk. And we sat on the beach for a little bit, not long, got in the water. I mean, it was a cool vibe. The beach was all right. We didn't stay there very long. And after the beach, we went back to the hotel, of course, got dressed cute, went and got us some food. And I remember that's when her friend hit her up saying, hey, there's this party tonight, and it's somewhere like far. Like, it was somewhere not super far, but it was definitely like 45 minutes to an hour away. And I wasn't taking no Uber 45 minutes to an hour away. So she's like,
no, it's cool. I'm gonna come get y'all. Like,
I'm gonna come get y'all. So we're like, okay, cool. Like, if you're gonna come get us and be with us and take us back, then that's a different story. So she's like,
okay, yeah, I'm gonna pick you up at this time. We're gonna go this and that.
So we're like, cool. So we just had to make sure that we were back at the time she said she was gonna come get us. And we got cute and all that good stuff. And I remember her coming up and we was drinking and whatnot, and then we left to go to the party. So we're in the car all this time, and we end up pulling up to the party and literally could not get in. And I'm just like, and it was just like a random, there was big people there, or at least there was big cars outside. You know what I mean? Big cars outside. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's lit, one of these little house mansion parties, because the house was a mansion. And I'm like, it's going to be lit. So literally, we all walk up, and the girl who drove us there was like, oh yeah, my friend such and such is here, like this and that. And the guy at the door was like, yeah, no. We're like, no, like, why can't we get in? I can't remember the exact reason why we couldn't get in, but I think he said we all couldn't get in or something. I don't know. Anyway, so now we're standing outside looking stupid, and she's on the phone trying to call people like,
hey, like, we're outside. I got me and my girl TT and her friends here. Like, it's her birthday. Like, we're trying to get up in here.
And I guess he's not really like, he's just like,
okay, well, I can't really get all y'all in.
And I'm just like, what's the point of us driving all the way out here? But whatever. I'm just kind of going with the flow. There was low-key like a little party thing going on in the parking lot. So I'm just like, hey, like, what's up? And it was, guys coming up and trying to talk to us and stuff. But TT's like in the car with an attitude, with arms crossed, like, just having an attitude. Shell was chilling, just trying to figure out like what's going on. And of course, Tay is with TT, just because that's what that duo does. And yeah, so I'm just the one like kind of outside mingling, trying to figure out how to get in. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, I have to go to the bathroom like so bad, because we were drinking. And I'm like, I have to go so freaking bad. So then the girl who drove us there was like,
yeah, like, can my friend please just go in and use the bathroom? Like, cause she gonna use the bathroom.
So the guy finally let me in, and the girl like kind of whispered to me like,
all right, stay in there. I'm trying to get us all in there one by one.
So I'm just like, okay. And y'all, when I walked into this party, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was very dark. It was very dark. And I remember the door guy telling me, oh, the bathroom's, down that way. So I'm like walking like in a room and then out of a room, in a room, out of a room. It was a mansion, so it was like a lot of room in there. And with that being said, with there being so much room, the mansion was like empty for real. And I was trying to figure out what was going on in there, because like I said, it was dark, but there was some lights on so you can like kind of see in the room. But there was like some weird shit going on in there. Like, I guess it had to have definitely been a private party, because there was definitely like strippers in there. There was big people in there just naked as fuck. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, what? I mean, I don't know. Maybe just, I don't know why we can't get in, whatever. I don't know. So I go to the bathroom and I'm looking like, okay, do I even want to stay here for real? Because, I mean, if they're just in here, it just looked like a big sex party. I'm not going to hold you. That's exactly what it looked like. So I'm like, do I even want to be in here? Because I'm not having sex with nobody and I'm not giving nobody money and I'm not, you know what I mean? So I wasn't really sure what type of party this was. And like I said, it was kind of empty in there. So it's like, what do we even really want to come in here for? So I'm in the bathroom. I'm kind of taking my time and I'm kind of staying towards the back because I know she told me stay in there. I'm going to try to get all of us in one by one. But y'all, why did the guard really come and try and like scope me out to find me, tell me like I had to leave? So I don't know what was really going on in there, but I ended up walking back out and the girl was like, why didn't you stay in there? We was all trying to get in one by one. I'm like, honey, the guard literally came and found me and had me come out here. So I'm not really pressed to come into this party. I don't know what's going up in here anyway. Like, just a bunch of stuff going here. So anyway, now we're just outside talking to these guys and TT's in the car like, it's my birthday and I can't do anything. Like birthday brat. So I'm just like, ugh, like, why is this girl acting like this? Because I'm annoyed. Like, I get it. Like, it's your birthday, but you're just supposed to make the best out of it. Like, I just feel like when you're coming to Cali, you probably should have more things planned anyway. Like, we didn't really have nothing planned. Like, we tried to do stuff, but not really. I know it sounds like I said we did a lot of things, but really a lot of that time we spent down there was in the Airbnb, y'all. I kid you not. Like, we were in the Airbnb a good amount of the time. So it's getting later and later and later. And the girl who drove us there ended up getting a phone call. And, you know, I'm curious because I'm still outside while the three of them are still in the car. And I'm, you know, I'm just chilling, just trying to mingle, just trying to do something. Like, because talking into y'all three is depressing. Not so much Shell, but TT and Tay, yeah. So I'm just like, you know what? I just can't. Like, they're just too... this is just not how I operate for real. So I'm just talking to people outside like, hey, you know, how you doing, blah, 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 this and that. So the girl gets a phone call and she, I don't know. Once she gets off the phone call, we're like, oh, you know, what's going on? And she's like, you know what?
I'm trying to dance. Like, I'm trying to make some money. Like, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. Like, I'm about to call y'all Uber. I'll pay for it. I'm going to call y'all Uber to go back to the crib.
And we're just like, okay, like, if that's what you want to do, go right on ahead. So we're all looking for an Uber for her. She can't find one. Like I said, we're like an hour away. And at this point, it's like 3 in the morning. I ain't going with you. It's like 3 in the morning. And yeah, she's like, I want to go. I want to strip. I want to make some money. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, girl, you know, I'm not judging you. Go get your, not me burping. I'm sorry. Go get your money, girl. Like, swear to God, go get your money. So she's like,
yeah, okay. You know what? We can't find an Uber. Fuck it. I'm just going to go drive y'all home.
So at this point, we're back in the car and this girl is speeding. So at this point, I'm low-key kind of closing my eyes and praying to the Lord because all over you wanting to shake some ass, we're going to fucking die. So I'm just praying to the Lord because nothing is slowing this girl down. Like, nothing. Like, literally breathing in and out just like that, trying to just, like, stay calm and pray to the Lord. Like, please make sure I get back home to my child. So we do all that and we make it home safe. And I could tell she has an attitude. She's like, I'm so coming. No, I want to dance. I want to make money. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's LA, girl. They're probably dancing all night. You're fine. So we're like, whatever. She drops us back off, which that whole night was pretty much pointless because we couldn't even get anywhere. But whatever. At least we didn't have to spend any money on anything and not have a good time. I hate that's the worst part when you're spending money on something and not having a good time. Even though I guess we technically spent money on a trip and didn't have the greatest time, but whatever. So at that point, it's just like, you know what, whatever, we leave tomorrow. Like, I'm not even about to make a super big deal out of this. Go back home and a little experience I did get, I'll just it's whatever. I'm just gonna have to come out here again with a different group of people. So at this point, TT has like an attitude. She still has an attitude. She's like kind of lashing out, like saying little ignorant stuff. And I'm like, TT, like, it's cool. Like, you want to do something else. Da, da, da. And I just remember her being like,
Get the fuck off my dick.
and I was just like, bitch, what? I'm like, I really had to like sit there and think about what the fuck she just said to me. Cause I'm like, did you just tell me get the fuck off your dick, bitch? I literally came all the way out here for you. You're over here mad because you're fucking boring and don't nobody want us to get, like, that's not my fault that we couldn't get in nowhere. This was your friend. We're only here off the strength of her. Like, that's weird. So when she said that shit, I was like, you know what? I'm not even about to sit here and entertain you anymore. Cause I really wanted to beat her ass so bad. Yo, I swear to God, I want to fight her so bad in that moment. But I'm like, you know what? We're in this little ass Airbnb. Her and her little minion over there. Shell was looking at me like, no, bro, just... And I'm like, you know what? You're right. You fucking right. So I remember we were walking. We were, y'all, a little later on that night, we ended up leaving and we walked. But it was like really like... It was really awkward because at this point, I'm not talking to you, TT. You're weird as fuck. Like, you're really a weird ass bitch. And you and Tay keep leaving us. Y'all are being standoffish. This is basically you and Tay's vacation. Like, what the hell are me and Shell been doing here? Or what? Y'all just needed help paying for the Airbnb or something? Is that the only reason why we're here? Because this is y'all trip. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. So she was just being a real bitch. But I remember we had, I can't remember exactly where we went, but I remember we were walking outside and I was so scared because I felt like, you know, Kylie has earthquakes. So they had like a little mini one. And I remember being so scared because I'm like, oh my God, was that an earthquake? Like, you can literally feel it on, you know, underneath your feet. And it was very mild, guys, like nothing crazy. So I'm like, all right, I'm going back to the room. So when we get back to the room, you know, we were staying in this super big, like, high rise. Like, there was like 60 floors and we just happened to be on like 50 something. So once the earthquake happened, it cut off all the power. So the elevators weren't working. And we waited for a moment. We were like, this could take forever. Like, I don't know when they're going to have the elevators up and running again, because they ended up having the lights running back on, but the elevators still weren't running and it was taking forever. But yeah, the elevators taking forever. So I'm like, you know what? I have to pee. And we have to get up there. Like, I just need to get up there and lay down. Like, this is like too much. Like, I can't handle this. So, y'all, why did we walk like 50 flights of stairs to our room? 50 flights of stairs! I couldn't, like, yo, like, my calf muscles were on fire, on freaking fire. We really did all that, but at this point, I'm like, this is our last night. Let's go. And I remember I was like, Shell, let's go and ride scooters. Let's go ride scooters and go get something to eat at one of these food trucks. So she's like, all right, cool. TT ended up wanting to come with us or whatever. So of course it's a lot easier to walk down steps and up steps. So walking down was easier. But yeah, so now we're all walking around. But like I said, I'm still not talking to TT because she's a weird ass bitch. So of course, hey, her and Tay are like this, and me and Shell are still over here like this. And you know what? Like, I just didn't even want to be around her anymore. Oh, y'all, I lied. Oh yeah, no, I didn't lie. I just didn't want to be around her no more. Anyway, she ended up like really sensing the vibe. Like, I'm not talking to you anymore, bitch. I don't give a fuck. And she ended up just getting this attitude and going back to the room. And I'm just like, okay. Do you, baby? So then I guess she does that, and then Tay comes back around and he's like, yeah, like, I don't know what her problem is, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just lucky looking at Tay like, bitch, bye. Like, y'all are doing way too much. Like, seriously, way too much. So, yeah, anyway, I ended up meeting this guy down there, which is like, guys, just be safe. I'm happy I was with Shell though, but I ended up meeting this guy down there and he's like,
yeah, like, can you know, can I take you somewhere to eat? Like, can we do something?
I'm like, you know what, I leave tomorrow. He's like,
all right, well, let's go to this restaurant right here.
I'm like, yeah, that's no problem, we can, but I got my girl Shell here, so you know, we gotta bring her too. And he's like,
all right, yeah, that's cool, whatever.
Because Tay ended up leaving and going back with TT back to the room. So I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. this is our last night and I want to do something. Like, I'm not about to be cooped up in a room with a bitch you got an attitude. Like, no. So then I'm just like, okay, well, yeah, let's go to this restaurant. So we go to this restaurant, but the wait was like super long. So we didn't end up being able to get in, and they were about to close. It was kind of late, guys. I know we were roaming the streets and it was late, but whatever. So we're like, okay, that's fine. Let's go find one of these food trucks. Excuse me. So we ended up finding a hibachi food truck, and I just so remember the guy. He was super cool. I wish I could remember his name. I can't. But he was super cool. He was like,
hop on this scooter with me.
I'm like, hop on a scooter, but he was like,
Yes, just stand in front and I got you. I got
everything. And he did. He was really good on our scooter. But of course, me, I'm all nervous. Anyway, our friend or Shell was following behind us, and we're kind of just driving through the city or whatever, because he's like,
oh, let me go to my hotel and let me get the bottle. And
he said he had a nice hotel too. Matter of fact, after we had went to the hibachi food truck and I had got me some food, Shell got some food. I remember the food truck said it was going to take a minute or something, because I don't remember. I think they had like so many orders ahead of us or something like that. So once we went to go get our food, I remember me and Shell had went back to the room real quick, and I can't remember what we got. I think we got our bathing suit or something, because there was like a pool on the rooftop of the guy we met of his hotel. So I think we went back and got our bathing suits or something, but I can't remember. I can't fully remember if that was true or not, because we definitely didn't get in the pool. But we went back to the room for something, and I remember TT being like,
oh, well, y'all didn't invite me, and y'all didn't get me any food.
And I just looked at her like, oh, okay. So anyway, we got what we had to grab, and we left back out again, because like, nobody's fucking with you. Wow, you're weird. Nobody's fucking with you. So then I'm just like, okay, you know what, TT, whatever. Left her and Tay once again, and we went back downstairs to be with the guy. At this point, the elevators are working, guys. Don't think we're keep walking up and down all these damn steps. No, the elevators is working at this point. So we went back with dude on the scooters, y'all, and went back to his hotel, and we had a good rest of our night, and it was a good ass time. So we was eating our hibachi, and yeah, and then this guy, he tried so hard to get me to stay another day. He was like,
I'll pay for your plane ticket back to Pittsburgh.
And then the part of me was just like, that would save me the trip. I have to go back to Ohio and ride in the car with these motherfuckers. But then I'm like, you know what? No, that's not safe. I can like literally stay here with this guy and then get sold into sex trafficking. And like, it's already bad enough we came up into this dude's hotel. I mean, even though at this point we're on the rooftop, which was nice as fuck. And, he bought us food, drinks. Like, he really did give us a good end to our night. But just the fact that TT really just got mad and left us on the street like that downtown was just like, you're really weird. Like, we're all supposed to be sticking together, and it's late at night and you really start walking back by yourself. Like, girl, it's like hard for me to even want to try to be there for you when you're acting weird like that. Which, whatever, she had Tay following behind her, so they was cool, I guess. But it's just like, that's so unsafe. Like, don't do that. So anyway, ended up with this guy, and he's trying to get me to stay, and I'm just like, you know what, no, like, I really do gotta get back home. Like, I'm not gonna stay, but what's and that. So he was a little upset, but like, I literally just met you like 2 hours ago. Like, chill the fuck out. Anyway, that was pretty much the end of that night, because we had to be at the airport at like 6 in the morning, and I think at this point it was like 3. So I'm just like, okay, let's go back to our hotel and make sure all of our stuff is packed up and try to lay down for a second. So we did. We laid down for like an hour, got Uber to the airport. And yeah, it was like still awkward for me at least, but TT at this point is trying to be all buddy friends, and I'm just like, huh. Cause at this point, like, I'm just trying to go home. Like, I just want to go home. I don't even want to be nowhere around you. So I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of just loosen up and just try to make the best out of the rest of the trip. Even though the trip was over, but the plane ride and the car ride home, because I still got to be in y'all faces for the next, I don't know, 12 hours or so. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, She's like, yeah, I just had an attitude. I'm like, yeah, you're being a fucking brat ass bitch. But, yeah, like, don't talk to, first of all, don't talk to nobody like that, especially, and that's how I knew right then and there, like, yeah, we're not really cool for real. We're not friends, because ain't no friend of yours gonna tell you to get off your dick like that. Like, that's weird as fuck and very, very disrespectful. Like, very disrespectful. So I'm just like, yeah, like, you're just weird as fuck. So after all that happened, get back to the airport, and her sister's there. We hop in a car and we get back. We, you know, we all parked at her house. So we get back, we get our stuff, get our cars, and I go home. And that's the rest of the trip, y'all. Like, I will never go on another trip with her ever again. And it's so crazy because Shell actually hit me up like a year ago and was asking me if I wanted to go on a trip with her. But sorry, I don't know what that is. I just heard something and got a little nervous. Thought it was somebody out my window. But yeah, so she'll help me up asking if I want to go on a trip with her, but I told her no, like I'm not doing all that. But she's cool though, like I still follow her and everything. I still follow TT2 and Tay, at least all on Facebook. But I just don't talk to them for real. I don't hate nobody, but I just feel like you're weird. Like, I'll never go anywhere with you again. There was no point of me coming on that trip with you at all. You had an attitude the entire time. Like, girl, like, life is never that real. Like, seriously. But anyway, guys, just be careful who you go out of town with, because I just feel like her leaving us outside like that was just weird. And then it's like, it's nighttime and then you're walking up by yourself. Like, that's not even safe. Like, we're not even from here. Like, that's not safe. And then you and Tay kind of just like ignoring us, and y'all two doing your own thing, going out to eat by yourselves and doing all that good stuff. Like, I'm just not doing it anymore. That's fucking weird. Like, what if it was only me, her, and Tay? I would have been by myself. Like, that's weird as fuck. So anyway, y'all, yeah, that's the end of this story time. Please tell me what y'all think in the comments. Like, I'm sick of these trips. I'm so sick of these trips, which is why I don't even go on them anymore. But I have actually a few more trips to tell you about. Not even a few. I have a lot more to tell y'all about. Oh my God, just terrible experiences. But in the last year, I have not been on any type of trips with people I do not F with. Yeah. So with that being said, I need to go and get ready and celebrate my little cousin's graduation with her. So yes, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.